You guys can Fraser, Quantum Alchemy Fusion here again. Wanted to cover some concepts while I'm sitting here on the beach, enjoying the beautiful 8-8 that we have today. The idea is about the difference between choices and free will. And then when you add the levels of dimensions that we live in terms of realities, how does that play together? So let's get the foundation straight. The best way to explain choices versus free will could be done with the idea of a prism. If you've all seen a prism when you were in high school, you basically have a prism, light comes in on one side and it splits in fragments and fractals out to the other side. And each of the light waves that come out on the other side is a color bandwidth. Within that color bandwidth, you have a range of colors. So if you're on one side of the prism and you've got red, red, yellow, blue, green, violet, magenta, all these colors, each one of those could represent sort of our choice, our vibrational alignment, whether it's heart or mind or soul, and how we operate within that, and even choices we make. So those are let's just say light comes in, which is the soul comes in through one side of the prism. Remember, we're in this three-dimensional reality that we are, let's just say, locked in so far. Okay. As we look at the light that's coming in this prism and this prism has its own limitations because it is in certain light waves. So there's only that prism can handle certain bandwidths and frequencies as well. So as we look at the light wave that comes out in the color spectrum red, for example, we have choices. We may have a choice of light red, dark red, deep red. All the forms of red, those are choices. So as you look at the choices of the light coming through the pyramid, those are one level. So you have a choice, but the actual pyramid or the prism controls the mode that the prism is tilted at that gives the frequency and how the light comes out of it. So free will is about turning the prism. So different light waves become the focus areas, right? So call those the modes. So each light mode that you're in is really controlled by free will, which is the ability to turn the prism. But then here's the tricky part: as you add the layer, the fact that we are running this light through a prism in this three-dimensional reality, which is really dimensions 1, 2, and 3, and then you have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's actually 11 and a half as a cap. When you look at each set of three, each of those has its own dimensional construct because they're vibrational bandwidth. So in this physical reality that we're in, that reality, the prism can only have so much bandwidth. As you go into higher vibration, you have a higher extended bandwidth of the prism. So now you've got different bandwidth that your prism can operate under. So even though you have a prism in this and your light and your soul comes through, your soul represents the white light that comes in on one side and it fragments out to multiple bandwidths on the other side. And then you choose your choices inside that bandwidth. There's your choice versus free will, knowing that inside this three-dimensional reality of the construct of pyramid at the lowest level, the not pyramid, the matrix at the lowest level, dimensions 1, 2, and 3, that prism can only have so much bandwidth. As you expand your vibration and enter into higher vibration, you end up with a bigger bandwidth prism. And that prism has more bandwidth, but it also has its restrictions. And as you go to the level above that and a level above that. So you may seem like you have free will at every level, but it isn't until you break free from all these levels, which goes up to dimensional 11 and a half, just under 12. That is where your original soul comes into these dimensional constraints. And that's where you finally break through. So really, it's all about raising your vibration to vibe with the higher dimensions and put your vibration in that space. So you can be looking at changing your choices or the modes that your pyramid is operating under. So you can make micro choices at the color level, or you can make macro choices at the prism rotation level, or super macro at the dimensional level, which allows you to increase your bandwidth of your pyramid. Or when I say pyramid, I mean the prism. So Hope that's not too confusing, but let's go deeper if you need to. Tim Fraser, quantumalchemyfusion.com. Hey, by the way, we cover a lot of these concepts in our Decoded series on breaking through the matrix. And also, we go deeper, showing you how to break and go up into these vibrational alignments. So you break through to your soul in the Journey to Your Soul program. And it's really not breaking through, it's rediscovering these cyclic layers that you got to go up and connect at these different frequency levels, how you reconnect with your soul as you cycle up. So we'll see you at quantumalchemyfusion.com. Check out our Decoded series, check out our Journey to Your Soul series. We just started a whole new cohort of Journey to Your Soul. We're 1 week into it. We have recorded sessions. If you miss one, jump on it if you need to hear more and go on this journey with us. Praise the Quantum Alchemy Fusion. See you later. Bye.